Hi, I'm Sarah Murphy, licensed professional counselor and on-staff counselor with Unite for Her. Welcome to our program. I want to tell you a little bit about how counseling can really help when you're going through your journey of cancer. So in my experience, and I've been in the Unite for Her provider network since 2013, I found that people come at kind of 4 different stages, and the needs are different depending on what stage. So sometimes people come after the initial diagnosis when there's that real sense of crisis, and counseling can provide you a good place to process some of your feelings. From time to time, people will work with a counselor while they're in active treatment, and there are some real benefits to doing that. However, there's a lot going on, and sometimes there's just no bandwidth to add one more thing. With our virtual therapy, it's becoming more accessible though. Most often in my experience, people tend to come to see me when they're finished with treatment and there's kind of that feeling of, oh my gosh, what just happened? How am I gonna make sense of this, create meaning of this, create my life in a new and better way after this transformative experience? And then there are those who are experiencing metastatic disease or recurrence, in which case the system is different, and counseling is a great, I think, a great resource to kind of partner and walk with you by your side. In addition to the 4 stages of counseling, I want to just review the 4 different mental health diagnoses and kind of take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. We know that having cancer creates a lot of emotional distress. I'm not such a fan of the diagnosis model of everything is a disorder in the world of mental health, but for what it's worth, most of the time we can say this is an adjustment disorder. You've got some situation in life, could be anything, cancer definitely qualifies, that we're just having trouble adjusting to, and having a therapist is helpful. Then there are studies that show that depression is rampant among people who have cancer. Depending on the study you look at, it's between 1/4 to even 70% of people with cancer or women with breast cancer have depression. Anxiety obviously is also really common. Statistics are half or more than half rise to the level of clinical significance with anxiety, and mental health counseling can help with all of those. Finally, there's that rarer subset of people who develop PTSD kind of symptoms, that's post-traumatic stress disorder type of symptoms. And that mostly is an indication that there's some previous trauma that hasn't been healed, that's kind of diverting our resilience and making it harder to go through the next succeeding traumatic experience. Luckily, we've learned a lot within the last 10 or 20 years about how to address trauma. We're learning that body-based techniques are really helpful, and so more and more therapists are using things like EMDR, what I use, energy psychology with tapping and different somatic or body-based techniques to really help discharge this pent-up emotion. So in closing, I want to say that all of the Unite for Her therapies are designed to help you achieve post-traumatic growth. There's no getting around the fact that cancer is a traumatic experience, but we can take that trauma and grow and become better and have better lives, and that's what we're here to support you in doing. You can use your passport to get counseling, as well as the other modalities that Unite for Her offers. I'm one of the local network of about 24 counseling providers. If you want to work with me or for more information, you can email me at smurphy@uniteforher.org, and you can check our provider list to see who else in Pennsylvania can help.